Good morning. I'm coming to you from a different corner in my room. Well, not my room, my office. Because we moved everything again. Can you believe it? So, we'll see if this lasts a little bit longer, but basically, I had a window behind me, and now that it's getting summer again, and I'm streaming a little later, the sun is kind of annoying because it comes in through the window, and then it shines directly onto my screen, or somewhat onto my screen, and then I can't see anything on my screen. So, option one is to close the window blinds. Then we don't get any sun, and then it's always dark and kind of sad in the room. Or I move my table so that I don't have the sun shining directly onto my screens during the day. So that's what we did. Okay, so we were again, so the lighting might look a little bit different, and later when the sun comes up, it'll look even more different. But okay, that was the introduction for some reason. Let's continue. Okay, so I want to make the time skip or progression system work a little bit differently. So my vision for the game, and I've been struggling with this specific issue for a while, right? Where I thought about this time system story that I have, and I thought to myself, well, I mean, it's fine, it's cool and all that good stuff right now. So you have time skipping, you have time acceleration and deceleration, speed up time and stuff like that, and that's cool. However, I feel like I want to go a little bit further and give the player some control over time during the levels as well. It just gives you another dimension to work with it. Also, what I want to try and do with that is it would allow you to use the different levels to harvest more resources. What I'm also going to try, and I think this is going to be good, is I'm going to make it so that when a character dies on a level, you're kicked out. Right, so it's going to look something like this. So this was my original plan, and I kind of want to get back to it, right? So the original plan for the game, back in the day, was something similar to what Slay the Spire does, right? So Slay the Spire would have, a starting position, let's say, in the spire, the level that you are, or the tower you are climbing, and we also climbing a bit of a tower. But what I was thinking is, so this is like the entrance to the tower, and then we get access to different routes that we can take, right? And each of these can branch into another one, or maybe something like this, and then they branch back. This was kind of my idea. And who knows how this is going to work, but exactly. But, something like this. And the idea is that you could jump to, let's say, any connected level or room or whatever. They're not necessarily levels in the normal sense. So you could do, well, I don't know if that's required. Maybe we just make it, you go up. But anyway, so you start here, then you might go, okay, I'm going to go to this one. And then you decide to go to this one. Right, which kind of blocks your route. So you do this, and then you do this. Right, but what I want to do is, you can only go to one of these levels once. Right, and what that means is that if you die on a level, you have to progress. So if you lose a character, there's no way to put a character back into the level. So this whole, the way I was doing it right now doesn't work. So if you choose the chicken, say on level 1, and you progress, and then you choose the ranger, and the ranger dies, then obviously you have to revive her and stuff like that. But if you want to continue with the game, to progress, you need to choose another level. Right, and every time you start the level, with the exception maybe of level 1, you need to decide how long that level is going to be for you. So I was thinking of, giving you the capability, something like I want to work for, 30 seconds on this level. And then after the 30 seconds is up, you get a prompt to potentially increase it by another 15 seconds or something like that. And that way you get to, play however long you set out to play. And then you can extend the level if you desire. Now we'll see exactly how that works, but the idea would be that what you are managing by playing with time and not coming back is essentially your resources, right? Your stamina and your health, because they don't regenerate in the traditional sense, right? You need to be in the room for them to regenerate. So my idea is, if you die, you get kicked out, and then it doesn't matter how much time you wanted to stay there. It's over. You have to continue. And what that means is, you lose the opportunity to farm for resources, if that makes sense. So, and farming is, killing enemies, looking for items, whatever. And then maybe you have a level where you are specifically, like some of these levels might be a farm heavy level, right, or item heavy, or whatever the case might be. And you want to stay there a little bit longer. But then you end up with a much harder level after that. But then you have enough money to spend on time accelerations and stuff like that to really prepare for this level. So that's how I want to feel. That's how I want the game to feel. I don't want you to feel like, geez, if only I had more time, I could have done so much more stuff in this level, right? So that's kind of how I want to think about it. I want to give the player the option of playing with time. So you can do, let's say we'd have a minimum time allotment per level, but you are always allowed to increase that. And I'm not sure exactly how I want to make this work. The whole, at the end, increase it by an extra amount. Not entirely sure what I want to do with that. Because there should be a bit of a drawback or something to do that, right? I don't know. I don't know if it needs something to be balanced, or if we could just let it happen. Or maybe we just give you one opportunity to lengthen the level. And I give you like 3 options. I give you a 10, 20, and 30 seconds option. And you just get one opportunity to do this. And that way, at least, if for some reason you are unsure and you selected 10 and it turns out, okay, I could have gone more. You could have gone greedy, but obviously greedy means more risk. But you can play with it, and you can do that type of thing for every level. And I think what's that that is going to allow you to optimize your pathing and the time spent on levels so that you can get the maximum power empowerment per level. And that way, the game becomes not so much about just surviving and getting up the tree. It becomes surviving and collecting enough resources in order to improve your characters sufficiently to make it up the tree. Okay. So, let's try that. So I think I want to make this thing where you select the timer somewhere over here, right? So we can just grab this thing. Okay, so it's obviously full of nonsense by now. Okay, let's see if we can make these menu buttons a little bit smaller, right? So something like that. They're not allowed to grow. And let's just make their height in pixels. Okay, that's not too bad. I feel like these buttons don't really want to change size. They don't want to change size because they are set to a width, I believe. Okay, now we can just make them I don't make them stretch though. Oh, I think I just have to make them grow. Okay, there we go. There's our menu buttons. Oh, they just look a little bit better. Okay, so let's think about this. So these are just our time space coins. This is our time skip, upgrade, all that good stuff. So what we essentially need... Wait, did I start my timer? I did not. Now I have. Okay, what I essentially need is a visual element. And I think we're gonna put it above the time skip. Over there. Right, and this is gonna be my... let's call it set level length. I think that's how you spell length. My English is... yeah, that is right, but let's make it duration. Oh, you know what? We should put that right on top of the start next level, I believe. I think that's more appropriate. Yeah. Or let's make it level duration cost. Right, because we want to do a couple of things here. First of all, I want to be able to set the level durations. That is a thing. But then I also want to make it so that the cost is calculated. And that's just so that you have more information as the player. And I might have to make this a pop-up or something like that, but for now, we'll just do this thing. Okay, so let's see. What do we need? I think we're going to need 2 visual elements inside of this. And I believe we're going to have to... Oops. Yeah, we're going to have to arrange them like this, next to each other, right? Okay, so this is going to be level cost. And this one's going to be level duration, let's say. Okay. And what we can do... slap a label in there. Okay, this is gonna be something like that, just total level cost. And we can just do this, select level duration. Right, just something like that. And these widths. Hey, Procharkapor. What? Procharkapor, I don't know. I think that's how I want to say it. Thanks for the follow. And Arkanth, hello, yo. How are you doing? Okay, let's see. What the hell am I doing here? Can we make this 50% just at least? And we'll do the same with this one. Just make sure they don't actually grow. Wait. What did I just tell to not grow? I don't know. Okay, but now at least they're the same size, eh? You just spawned here. Yeah, I'm currently working on UI, but I'm not really working on UI like trying to make it good. I'm just including some UI because I'm trying to implement a new mechanic. So I kind of just need the UI so that I can make the mechanic work, if that makes sense. So I just need some buttons and stuff, and then after I got the buttons, I don't really need the UI beyond that. Yeah, hopefully I can, if this works, then I can make good UI in the future, because this is just like a stack of nonsense, right? All of this looks terrible. And if I zoom out, it's even worse. This whole page needs to be redesigned. But I'm actually, like I said, I'm busy implementing mechanics. So, yeah. Okay, so that's the total level cost. And honestly, I'm just going to need another label for this one, because there's nothing else that I really need to show here. Well, I could do one of these, right? So I could duplicate that, drag it in there. Okay, so let's see. So now we have that visual element. So let's just stick in another visual element. Right, and then we just grab these two, stick them in there. Make this one aligned like so. Okay, then we just need to give this thing a size, like 50 by 50. There we go. So this is just the total level cost. Yeah, no, that's okay. And let's say this one gives you, I don't know, let's just put a placeholder. 250 coins, right? I should maybe do that. And then, why does this label look so terrible? And let's just make it the same size. And then we can make it... Now it's aligned. Okay, so something like that. So this is just meant to show you how much things are gonna come to. You, Mr. Visual Element, I don't know if you need to be this big. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so that's just the level cost, very straightforward. We'll definitely have to make this better. So let's just get the level duration. So what do I want here? Okay, do I want to select or do I want to set it with like a plus and minus? I think I actually want to set the level duration with a plus and minus. I think that's a little bit better. So we can do set level duration. Then we slap in a visual element below that. And what we want there is a... Okay, let's think about this. I think I just want a button. Button and another button and a label. Right, then we want to put them in like so. Okay, then we want everything to be somewhat aligned, at least like that. It's not too bad. Okay, now this button would be the minus button. And this one would be the plus button. Okay, let's just see if we make them 50 by 50. So now they are somewhat the same. Let's just give them a little bit of a texture so I can see them. Minus. Let's see. Can I get an icon here instead? Oh yeah, that's better, I would say. Plus. Yeah, let's use those. Plus and minus. Then we don't really need the text, right? We can get rid of the text. Plus and minus, but the buttons need to stand out a little bit. What if I change the background color? Okay, that was a bad background color to choose. But I can change the background color. Yeah, let's just do something like this, and then we can give it a radius of 25. I think then it's a perfectly round button. It kind of looks terrible. Let's just give it a radius of 10. Okay, that's pretty much all we need. Okay, wait, this label. I actually want to duplicate that thing. No, I don't. Okay, this one needs to do something like, tell me the amount of seconds. So let's do like 30. Is this is this possible? Okay, let's see. Normally don't like that too much. If we center it like that, should be okay. Then we could just give it a little bit more width. Let's give it like 100. Yeah, something like that. Do we need this thing to grow? I don't think so. And then we can kind of do this thing. Okay, set level duration, so you can do plus and minus. So let's just do a decrease. No, let's do level duration minus. Level duration plus. Okay, so that's level duration plus or minus, and this can just be the level duration. Okay, so we set it to something, and then this can be the level level duration label. And this is the level cost label. Okay. Something like that. Now, obviously, now we need to connect it in code, but that's good enough in terms of UI that I can now connect all the rest of the things, right? Okay, so let's see how we want to do that. Okay, so the main thing here, I think I need to not allow myself to put another whole new system into my level prep UI. I need to make a separate script for this because I keep doing that and it's terrible, right? So let's make a separate script instead. So we go to our scripts, wherever that is. Scripts, where are you? Hello, scripts. Ugh, my greatness. Okay, scripts, UI toolkit. Okay, we could just create a new mono behavior script is fine. This is going to be the level cost duration UI. There we go. Level cost duration UI. Let's just let it compile a little bit. That reminds me, I need to switch on hot reload. So I don't have to stare at this compiling screen every time I do something small. This wasn't small. This was creating a new script, so that normally does that. But, you know, if I just delete a line, I don't want hot reload, the whole damn thing to compile. If I can help it. Okay, cool. So we're going to go to our UI manager, open up our level prep hard seed, and we're going to add to this level cost duration UI. Okay, let's open it up. Okay, so the first thing I want this thing to just get access to is the level prep hard seed UI, right? We are going to need this, or we're going to need some stuff from there, so we should get it. Okay, we also want to initialize this in some way. How did I do the time skip stuff? I think I got I also got a reference like that, but I also gave the level prep hard seed UI the time skip UI. Yeah. So I kind of want to do the same thing. So public, this is going to be our level cost duration UI. Okay, and then in here, just to make sure everything works well, want a public init level cost duration UI. This is just initializing it. Oh yeah, it's a public void. Right, and just to start off, our level prep hard seed UI. So right here, we want to do our level cost duration UI dot init level cost duration UI. Same like we do with the time skip. We don't want it to initialize or start or anything weird like that. We want this thing to do it for us. That way, we know everything is nice and sorted. Okay. I think our main container is public, right? So we can just grab it if we want to. Yes, we can. Okay, cool. So now we can just do, well, we can initialize everything we need, right? So let's think, what do we need? We need the label, right? It's going to be private label, level cost label, right? And then we're going to have private, is this the right type of label? No, it's not. We need Unity UI elements, not whatever this is. Yeah. Okay, so we need another label. This one needs to be the level duration label. Yeah, I think I think my naming is consistent right now. Okay. Even with hot reload, it still wants to compile. Let's have a sip of water. There we go. All right. Level cost label. Yeah, I did name that thing exactly the same way. Level duration label. Okay, that's good. Okay, so then we can do level cost label is not get components. It's equal to level prep part seed UI dot main container dot q. We want a label, and the label is called the level cost label, right? How nice is that? And then we just want to do the same thing, but it's a level duration label. Okay, so we got our 2 duration labels. Now we also have 2 buttons. Private button. Let's name them exactly the same thing so I don't get confused. Okay, so it's going to be level duration minus and level duration plus. Okay, and we can do level duration minus equals something very similar to this, but we're gonna make this a button, and the text we want to stick in there is that, and then we want to do the same thing for our plus. Okay, that should work. Now I don't like the fact that this is a capital. Make it small. Okay, there we go. So that's all the new elements that we've included in here that we need to control with code, right? We don't need to worry about, changing that to with code. We want to change the seconds when we click on the buttons, and we want to do something with the level cost, right? So let's set up a couple of a couple of methods or functions. So first of all, public void update. Let's say, whoops, no, not update. Let's just call it set level cost. Right, set level cost, or maybe we just do calculate. Because setting level cost implies we tell it how much it's going to cost. Calculate level cost implies it's going to do everything it needs to do to figure out what the actual cost is, right? And what we want to do here at the end of the day is level cost label dot text, is equal to 12.2 string or whatever. So 12 should be the cost. It's not actually going to be 12. Now this I just want to do to show the player, and it's like an overview thing, right? It's just an information thing, because the way this is going to work is you're going to be able to put your characters in different rooms, put the rooms at different speed multipliers, and as you do that, you can actually see the cost increasing based on what you did there. Also, you're going to be able to see when you increase the level duration, the cost is increasing to play that level. Now, the reason I want to do that is it's just a hint to the player if they have accidentally done something that they didn't intend to do, like leave one of the rooms at 4x speed or something like that. Then they see the cost is just astronomical, right? And then like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Why is it costing me 1,000 coins? And they can fix it, right? So it's just one of those little quality of life things, I think, that we need. I should also make it easier to show the levels of the different rooms, but yeah, that will do later as well, I guess. Okay, so calculate level cost. Now, we're not actually going to remove this amount of coins or currency or crystals or whatever you want to call them from the player. This is, again, just a hint. And then as the game plays, obviously you're gaining crystals and you're losing crystals, but etc. etc. And the cost might change halfway through. No, it won't. Yeah, we're going to take that out. That's not going to be a thing anymore. Okay, so when we calculate the level cost, what do we need? Well, we need to get the slots, essentially. So it's very similar to how we did the time skip cost, right? Yeah, so if you look at the time skip, yeah, we can see here. First we get the number of slots. We have a time skip cost factor, so it increases as we go. And then the cost is actually just the number of slots for the time skip times your time skip factor multiplied by the amount of time passed. So, you know what, I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to come back here, paste it, and then we edit it, right? Time skip in progress, we don't worry about that. Let's call this one number of slots for level. Right, we start at 0. Okay, we go through all our slot. Yeah, so we go through our slots, all our slots, and we check if a slot is empty or below level 1, we skip it. If we find a slot that's not empty, then we add the time multiplier over there. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. The cost factor is actually not a thing. Yeah, we don't get a cost factor in this case, right? So we can get rid of that one. The time, well, this is going to be the level cost, which is a float. Okay, so it's just equal to the number multiplied by this. I want to call like level duration, right? Not level duration, mine is just level duration. And level duration will be a private float level duration. So we need to change the level duration. Okay, so that is our level cost. And then we get rid of this. And we just do something like level cost dot toString. It might look a little shit, I'm not sure, we'll see. Okay, but this is actually it. This is all we need. Okay, now the only thing is we need to obviously call this whenever something changes. So whenever something is put into a slot or a slot's time multiplier changes, stuff like that. Right, so we can kind of go to our calculations for the time skip, and we can see where it's being called and kind of just do it in the same places. Yeah, so the room slot itself does this, so we can do the same thing. So when we add a character, we can do level pre-party dot level cost dot calculate level cost. Right, that's not a bad place to do it. Every time a character is removed, we want to do it as well. Okay, so those are two of the places it's being done currently. And then time multiplier button. Okay, that makes sense. So every time you click a time multiplier button, we need to do level pre-party dot level cost duration UI dot calculate level cost. Okay, and then where else do we reference this? Inside of the time skip UI itself. Okay, so right there, which we'll have one like that, because we can change the level duration, right? Yeah, so we'll have one of those. So now we already have 3. Okay, that's good. Okay, now some of the other ones that we need to do, and this already changes the text on the level cost. Yes, it does. That's good. Okay, so another one we need is, let's say, private void level duration. Let's just do minus clicked and level duration plus clicked, right? So we can click plus and minus on those two. Right, now I kind of want to make it so that when we initialize this thing the first time, our level duration is equal to, let's say, 30 seconds, right? And then I kind of want to do it like level duration label dot text equals level duration dot toString, right? So just when we initialize, we just set it up so that it's actually displaying something. Okay, so it starts at like 30 seconds. Okay, now what we can do here, we can do level duration minus dot select, since it's a, okay, we do plus equal, level duration minus click. You know what, I'm gonna let it set it up. Yeah, because it's essentially the same, right? Duration plus dot clicked plus equal. Yeah, just do that. So it's literally the same thing as that. Just less work for me. Okay, so what we essentially want to do here when we click plus, well, what we can do is we could do level duration. And we can do plus equals 10f, right? So let's say it's a 10-second increase. And we can do the same here. Minus equal 10 seconds. Right. Okay, but first, when we click the minus, we have to check something first. If level duration, okay, not less than 0, but it's less than or equal to, let's do 31. Yeah, we could just do less than 31, right? So basically, since we're going up plus and minus, so let's say you go from 40 and you click and it goes to 30, then if you click it again, it doesn't do anything, right? So we just do return here, so nothing can change. So that's just our guard clause. We can increase the level by as much as we want. Okay, so that works. And then actually all we just want to do is this. Right, straight after. Okay, and obviously in the future we might want to play a nice sound effect and stuff like that, you know, but for now we don't have those. Well, yeah, technically we do. Okay, so when we do that, we also want to calculate every time we change the duration, we want to calculate the cost, right? Just so that the cost level also updates, because the longer the level, the more it's going to cost, right, to run the level. Yeah. Okay, that seems to be pretty much most of it. Now this will work, but it's not actually going to change the duration of the level, right? So to change the duration of the level, we kind of need our game manager to get involved, right? So let's go look at our game manager and see what it does with the level duration. So that is definitely in managers, game manager. Yeah, I named these things funny things back here because I was still thinking about waves in this case. Yeah, okay, I had a level timer. Where do I set it? Okay, there we go. Just level timer. Starts at 0. Counts down. It's less than 0, end level. Okay, we also update level timer in the level itself. Level timer. Yeah, we might not do that anymore, I don't think. But anyway, let's see. Reset level timer. Okay, I see. Okay, so depending on the level, I kind of just did this. You know what we should do? We should do something like this. Public float, call it level duration. So we have a duration, which is how long the level is going to be in total. And then we have a timer, which is obviously changing. We just do a get sets. Okay, and I think when we reset the level timer, right, instead of doing this stuff, okay, let's do this. We could still do a level, a switch level number. So we could still do like something like this. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Okay, this thing was very upset with me now. Okay, so we can still do this, but what we could do is we could just set the level timer equal to level duration by default. And in the first level, we might want to tweak that one a little bit. So the default is just level duration. And I think what I think then is when we change our level duration, we actually don't change this level duration. Although we could, we might just as well change the level duration of the game level. Right, why have two variables that's essentially the same thing? Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, we could do using game manager. Yeah, this is possible, but yeah, that doesn't quite work. Okay. But what we can do is just get a private, just get the game manager in here, and we could do game manager equals to game manager.instance, and then all of these we could just do game manager dot level duration, right? Okay, so we can change the level duration in here, and then we just need to make sure that when we reset this, when does this happen? Show character level up. Okay, that's the wrong point at which to do this. Yeah, okay, so the wave timer should not be reset when we show the character UI. The wave timer should be reset. Yeah, let's just reset level timer, right? So we want to reset that when specifically the start level button is clicked, I think. Yeah, if it's a new wave, we do it here. Oh, here we do reset wave timer. Wait. What does this even mean? Reset wave timer and reset level timer. Damn. What was I smoking here? Yeah, no, some of this makes very little sense. But anyway, if it's a new wave, I guess we could do reset level time over here. Right? Why not? Okay. This should now work, I think. Kind of seems weird. Don't know. What did I forget? Okay, so this is good. It's using the game manager to do all this stuff with. We're calculating everything. Everything's plugged in. Okay, we should probably plug in some stuff in our inspector, but apart from that, I think we're pretty good. So let's recompile, let the inspector catch up, then we can plug everything in, give it a test. Okay, script errors. This was like 20 minutes ago, so that was not really a problem. And let's just save my UI as well. There we go. Okay, so we need to plug this one in there, plug this one in there. Those are the two main ones we need to plug in on the side. Okay, let's give it a quick test. Okay, the level duration is just, it's not going to have the S. Right, now I need to change that. Null reference. Oh, the level duration. No. Oh, I'm a dumbass. Okay, this... We can't set the text before we've set the... Yeah, I don't know why I did it there. My bad. Okay, let's clear and play again, so we don't get confused. All the errors. No errors, that's good. Okay, so let's see, level duration and level cost. Currently at 0, which makes sense, right? Because nobody's doing anything. If I add somebody there, it's also not going to cost us anything. But if I put somebody there in a observation room, for instance, it should tell me for a 30-second level, it's going to cost me 30 coins to operate this room. Now, if I change it to 0.5, it should cost me 15. Very good. Very good. Okay, so let's put the rest of them in rooms, and yeah, that's pretty good. So now we can see, so 3 rooms for 30 seconds. Let's say we make this one 2x, 1x, 1x. So it's essentially 4 times 30. Yeah, that works. And now if I increase my duration, it's 4 times 40, 4 times 50. Yeah, works out very good. And now you can obviously see how much it's going to cost, and you'll be like, I want a 100-second level, right? And it's going to cost you a ton of coins, but it might be worth it, right? But now you can also kind of think about it from this level. So a 100-second level would have to cost you, that's going to be 100 stamina drain as well. Our duck has 200 stamina, that's not a problem for him, unless you use your ability a lot. The owl, however, only has 80 stamina, so the owl would never be able to do a level like that. Okay, let's start the level. Okay, so that text is not correct. Okay, I'll be right back. Why is my OBS over there? Whoops, at daisies. Wow. Okay, let me just give me like a couple of minutes. Gotta grab something to drink, and then we can fix that. I don't know why that's not fixed. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let us... Yo, this guy. How's it going, man? Okay, let's see. Okay, so my level time is not correct up there. I have to see why that is. Guess it's not getting updated or something. I don't know. A little weird. Okay, so that was just 30 seconds. Even though I did want it to be more. Okay, let's make this one 60 seconds. Okay, that worked. So the first level didn't work. Oh, because I made it so the first level cannot be set. The first level is always just 30 seconds. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember now. So this is actually going to be a 60-second level now. Okay, that's pretty good. Then I've done it. Then I didn't even, it's not even broken. Get them owls. So what I should do now is I should make the level difficulty ramp up the longer it is. Right, and the reason I'm thinking that is because, you know, since I gave you the ability to alter the level length, right, maybe you should also be able to, well, you can alter the level length, but it's, it could be to your detriment, right? So you might be greedy in thinking that, oh, I can make the level longer and that'll get me a lot of resources. Or you do it and you die. Right? So that's kind of the idea. I like that idea. Yeah, I feel like this is coming together. Okay, now what else did I say I wanted to do? that was the level length. Which was kind of the main thing. Oh, I wanted to make it so that you could potentially increase the level midway through. So when it runs out, you don't actually just stop. You could choose to increase it. Yo, BO problem. Howdy, how's it going? And Subaka Cole. Baka? Yeah, Baka Cole. The Swarm. Hello, everybody. You guys want to check out my game? Let me show you the game. Why not? It's a good old-fashioned. What do you call that? Survivor roguelike. Really? Subaka Cole? Is it a difficult name to say? Hey, Eternal Lord. Are you part of the swarm? Or did you just kind of... Where did you come from? Did I play the game? Is the game being played right now? Ah, it broke. Whoopsie. Oh, he is with you. Okay. He's Jamal from afar. You know what? Let's give the game a play from the main menu, maybe. What the hell? This is annoying. I hate it. I hate it when it does this. This is something to do with my cursor. I don't know why sometimes Unity doesn't find my cursor, and I want my cursor position on the screen, and then it's like it just freaks out. I don't understand it. No problem. You can be as incoherent as you want. Will you karaoke? Me, Mr. I Karaoke. Okay, let's go to the main menu. You can show this off from the start. Okay, now the actual game music plays, so let me stop the stream music. Okay, here's the main menu. AVIORUM is the game's name. You play with a bird. Well, you actually play with a team of birds, right? So, who do you want? We got a chicken, he's a knight. Chicken knight. The duck, who's a ninja, obviously. Because what else is a duck gonna be? An owl, who's a wizard. Again. Okay, let's do chicken. Let's just do one of each, right? Something like that. This is the robin. Okay, wait, who's the chicken? Subaka Cole. Okay, there we go. Subaka Cole is the chicken. Who else? It looks like the chicken listens to Andrew Tate. That's a good one. Let's see if I can spell this. L-O-R-D. The Lord is with as a 0, right? Yes, I think so. Okay, this is all we got. Just got Subaka, Cole, and Eternal Lord. Nobody wants the duck. Or Bucky is good enough. Okay, let's start. I already started. You can't change the name in this menu, sorry. There was a delay on the stream or something. Okay, but here we go. Okay, this is a very complicated piece of UI that's not complete. So there's a bunch of buttons that don't mean anything right now. Okay, so we'll take. So this is a portal that takes you to the next level, and then you can create rooms inside. So we could do like a blacksmith, for instance. Here we have a blacksmith, and then we can do a observation room and a gym, right? The weight section. Okay, we can upgrade the rooms, make them better. Okay, I accidentally swapped them out, but it's fine. Right, you can upgrade this one. You can even upgrade this one. Okay, so let's just start the game. Like that's a whole complicated system. I need an entire tutorial just to teach you that. So you might be thinking, why are there fireballs falling out of the sky? We're playing a chicken. So I left the owl in the observation room. And that means he gets to watch as we go through the levels and cast supporting magic. And his supporting magic is basically a meteor shower. Right? And you'll also notice that the duck is quite tired. His stamina is all gone. And even the robin is also a little bit tired now. That's because the duck was at the gym. So he's got a bunch of extra HP now, but he's kind of tired. Okay, so we can do this. Let's put him in the observation room to rest up. We can even increase the time, how quickly time passes, stuff like that. Let's take the ranger. Gonna leave those two just sitting over there. Maybe I can have a spa. Put the chicken in the spa so he can... I'll put the owl in on level 3, because level 3 is where the owl really shines. You'll see now why I say that. Okay, let's go. Okay, I made the level 30 seconds. I could have made it longer. Oh, come on. Ooh, a rune. Let's do a backflip. Look at my sick backflips. Okay, so this is the duck's support magic, right? It's not really magic. He just throws out smoke bombs occasionally, and you can go stand in them, and that obviously means you can dodge enemy attacks a little bit better. You don't get hit as often. Yeah, what do we get here? Okay, I need to rework my need to rework the runes a little bit. So you'll see this rune only reduces health currently, which is terrible, because they need to be reworked. Okay, let's go owl. And let's give the owl support from the robin. And let's put the duck in the bath. Bath time duck. We'll increase the level duration to 50 seconds. Why not? So now we have frogs. Fortunately, we are also the owl. Okay, this is not that fortunate. These frogs are killing me. That's like it. The owls struggle to get... Really struggles with these small lizards. Do a bird. Yes. Yes. There we go. We did it. We survived. Wait. Somebody... Oh, cheers, BO problem. No, I'm from South Africa, yes. Yes, that's correct. Well done, Eternal Lord. You remembered. 100% South Africa. Who haven't we actually played? Oh, I think actually the duck, eh? Let's give the duck chicken support. And yeah, you guys need to go take a bath or something. You're kind of tired. We can upgrade the spa, so we have some extra goodies in there. There we go. Start level. Okay. Duck's nice and fast. You think I'm from Australia? Nah, man. Nah. What can I do to prove I'm from South Africa? Ah, no, the country South Africa, not the southern point of Africa. Which, I mean, it's the same thing. South Africa is the southern point of Africa. It's the Republic of South Africa, technically. That's like, this is a bit crazy. Even with the chicken support, we are almost dying. I don't have an Aussie accent, man. I have a South African, an Afrikaans South African English accent, whatever that means. Like English is, I'm so much not an Australian. I don't even speak English as a first language. Yo, Dianora, how's it going, man? Okay, let's do this. Let's put the owl as support with 4x speed. So he's gonna throw out fireballs like nobody's business. We'll take the... Yeah, we'll just do this. We'll do owl and chicken. And now I can show you actually the chicken's ability. I didn't even use it previously. Ugh, okay. So you can see the owl is serious now. How are you doing, Dianora? Oh, bug fixing. Oh, your game jam game. Have you checked out Fortress Flipper yet with 6.2, or did you decide to just not do that? Wow. I could have made that level longer because I was destroying. Okay, let's do a time skip. Get the chicken nice and healed up. Use them again. I'm gonna do that combo again. This time I'm gonna increase the level duration to... can I go for 100 seconds even? Subaka Call, are you up for 100 seconds? I think you are. I think you could do it. You could do it. Sub! What? Who? Where? Thanks for the sub, Dianora. Oh no, it's... Oh damn. It's Komodo dragons. I was not prepared for this. I was not prepared for this. I've not been... Oh, this is level 6. I forgot what happens on level 6. Oh, shit. My poor chicken. He's not got the power for this. He's tanky enough, though. He just doesn't do enough damage. Don't do it. I died. I died. He didn't believe hard enough. Let's see if the Robin can salvage this. I doubt it. Oh, geez, I got stuck on a rock. I forgot to do damage upgrades. That's the main problem. So dealing with these Komodo dragons is a bit of a... It's a bit of a thing. Oh, jeez. I really shouldn't have made the frogs as accurate. Okay. I'm fine. 30 more seconds. What? Okay. Maybe a minute was too much. Okay, we lost the Robin. What do we have left? The duck, I suppose. Wait, I missed something. Okay, you're on 6.1 now, Dianora. Ah, thanks, man. It's been a lot of progress, hasn't it, eh? It's kind of insane. Okay, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna let the chicken do his... the owl do his thing. Look at all these bombs. You know what's the best part about this? Oh, I'm out of stamina. Oh, shit. So the best part about all of that is the fact that I had 65 frames. Okay, I think everybody except for the owl is dead. So the owl has to come in with the clutch save. Wow. I'm not feeling... What? I did it! There was only like 3 seconds left, so... No, I don't have a pigeon yet. These are all the characters, right? I'm trying to get to a demo release of the game, so it's important that all the mechanics work. And then I can always add more content. And I consider more characters content, right? But I will have a pigeon eventually. I just don't know what the pigeon's supposed to do. They're not really... I want to have a pigeon, an eagle, an ostrich, you know, all kinds of birds. And more enemies as well, because I only have the 3 enemies. And then I have a boss, who's a crocodile. We have a work in progress enemy, that's a gecko. But yeah. I think my current problem is the UI, let's be honest, right? I have some serious things to fix on the UI. Will there be different themes with the enemies? Oh, that's a good point. I think currently what I'm doing is just a different type of lizard or reptile for each different type of enemy. But what you are suggesting, I think, is like a faction. So you have the lizards, which can have melee guys, you know, that just come hit you with a spear, and then they maybe have rock throwers and stuff like that, maybe something. Yeah, I have to think about that. I think we want to make different variants of the enemies at least. Right, so the frogs, for instance, you can have green frogs or red frogs or blue frogs, and I kind of want them to be different power levels, or maybe have different what's the other thing, effects with their bombs, right? Something like that I'm thinking of. And for the lizards, the only thing I'm really thinking of is just to give them different weapons and helmets and stuff like that. Oh, and then we want to have trophies. So the trophy mechanic is going to be something like, it's something you get from beating the frog boss, but there's no frog boss currently, but one day. But you get a trophy from beating the frog boss, and then if you use that trophy in some way, it augments the level difficulty, so you can have more frogs or stronger frogs or angrier frogs or something like that. That's what I'm thinking there. And we'll have similar things for the lizards and stuff like that. So maybe there will be a little bit of a factioning thing going on. But I mean, yes, like that's... Frog enemy, mold. Scale times 10. There we go. Frog boss, sorted. Nice. Wait, you guys are now talking too fast for me. A pigeon bard. Are pigeons known for their musical abilities? Which birds, like all birds sing obviously, but which birds sing particularly? But yeah, a bard, definitely. We'll go through all the fantasy things, right? We'll have to add a bard. A nightingale bard, or a dove. Frog boss. A frog boss. It's a bunch of frogs holding a cardboard cutout of a giant frog. Yeah, why not, eh? A cockatrice. Not even sure what a cockatrice is. I don't know birds. Oh, this is a mythical thing, right? This is like your phoenix idea. Or something like that. Okay, let's just... Maybe I should just stop Unity for a minute. Stop Unity. this thing. I wasn't thinking of adding this, to be honest. This is like a bird-lizard hybrid thing. This could be a DLC. Yeah. I kind of... Yeah, there's a lot of ideas, right? A lot of work, though. One day I'll get into... So here's my current thoughts on where I need to go, right? So this is what I want to make the level system work like, right? Good old Slay the Spire ripoff, because why not? It's good, it works. So I'm currently, this is how I'm thinking about the game's development going forward, right? So the first thing I need to do is just get all mechanics in game, right? That's the first thing that I need to finish doing now. I'm getting all the mechanics in the game. Then I need to fix the UI because the UI is terrible. Dianara, you are like step 7 or something in the plan. Okay, so step 3. So once the mechanics work and the UI is fixed, then we need to make a game trailer. So the game is still horribly balanced or whatever, but it looks good enough to make a trailer, right? And then we can do, Steam profile. Okay. In step 5, get 1 million wish lists. And then step 6, make $1 million. And step 7 is hire a Dianara. Okay, but in all seriousness, this is kind of what I'm focusing on. So I need to get the mechanics done, and I think I'm very close. There's like basically nothing left to do. Then I need to spend a good amount of time just making the UI look better. Then we're gonna do the game trailer, and then technically we can make the Steam profile. But then I want to do a balance and polish, right? Which is a whole damn thing. This is gonna be, like, if we're honest, balance and polish is probably gonna take me forever. But we'll have to get there, right? Yes, I'm gonna have a demo, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, so I think the demo is kind of be similar to what you've been seeing of the game. Yes, we want to enter a Steam Fest. I'm a little bit optimistic, and I think we can do the February Fest. Subaka, step 8. Hire you, and then I give you all my money. No, that's a terrible idea. Make the owl do the Gangnam style. We actually made the chicken do the Gangnam style. I think I made it short. I don't even know. There's an animal fest in November, but I'm concerned my animals might be too humanoid. Oh, cheers, Subaka. Nah, no problem. Thanks for joining me today. Hey, have a good night. Yeah, so I will enter the smaller ones definitely if they allow it. Like if I actually meet the requirements, because I know some of them are a bit pedantic about what exactly. You clip the higher. Your legal team's on it, eh? Your legal team can't do anything to me. I'm in South Africa, unless the military comes and gets me. We don't. Your legal team has no jurisdiction in South Africa. I'll just stay out of the US. Okay, well, I think this is pretty. Yeah, so this is kind of the idea. So we are still on the first step, getting all the mechanics working. Then I don't know when the UI is exactly going to be fixed, but obviously I can't have it looking like this. I don't even know what's happening here. I was just literally stuffing in new buttons, and it's so flippin' confusing and all out of shape here, but they all work at least. So you reckon the military is not impossible, but would they actually? I mean, it's not impossible, right? They're gonna need a lot of motivation to come after me, though. Okay. So the only other mechanic I think I want to get working is. It's not really it is a mechanic. So part of the progression, I was thinking. So how does this sound? Should we start what? Nakalavi, boss. Nakalavi. What the hell? What is that thing? You guys using words I've never heard of in my life. Oh shit, this thing is horrific. Very nice. Hey, cheers, Dinara. Thanks for the raid. Okay. So here's an idea, right? Do we start with 4 characters at the beginning of the game? Or do you start with a character and then you have the opportunity to summon more during the game? Like you build your team over time and not necessarily just get them all at once, right? So what that would look like is the first level is just you and your character. So you have a character that you click and you go. And then, because I want to think about this narratively as well, right? You reckon everybody, Eternal Lord. So just remember, if you think about this in terms of game design, like, and you compare it to something like Brotato, right? How many of your guns do you have at the start of the game? Well, I want it to be like, okay, so there should be a... how can I say this? So obviously more characters will be better, but I kind of want you to... I don't know. I guess I could do either or. So here's my idea anyway. So you start with a character, and you can summon supporting characters as you progress, up to a limit of 4, right? So it kind of becomes a, you know, spend some currency to get more characters type of thing. But you don't have to. Now, obviously, I don't have to do it this way. You can start with all the characters if you want. Or that's another way of doing it, but then you might not have... yeah, well, I'll just have to balance it accordingly, right? If you start with all the characters, then we'll have to balance it so that it makes sense. If you don't start with all the characters, then I also would have to balance it so that it's not completely crippling, or, you know, you don't get destroyed on the first couple of levels when you're on your own. So yeah, it's a tricky one. I feel like if I... So what if we do something like this, right? I want to give the player freedom. So, Eternal Lord, you might feel like you want all the characters from the start, and that's good, right? It's good that you feel that way because you want to play the game in a specific way. And then somebody else might want to try the game with only one character. Or maybe in the future I want to make it so that there's a challenge mode or something, and there's a one character challenge type of thing. Right? But here's my idea. A Jormuntide. Now, what is that? There's also some kind of a monster. Is this a pal? Is this a pal? Are you talking about this thing? From Pal World. I thought you just... Hey, I just copied that. Oh, is this the ripoff? So what does it look like normally? I literally just copied what you typed. Oh, the serpent from Norse mythology. Okay. I get you. Yo, this guy. Yeah, it's doing well. I got another mechanic going. So you can now select or set the duration of a level. So the point of a level is to obviously gain resources to strengthen your characters and stuff like that, right? And I thought to myself, what if I just want to play longer on a specific level to gain more resources? And I thought, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's do that. And I also have this level cost thing so that you can kind of get an estimate of how many time crystals you're going to need during the level. And then you might make the level longer or shorter depending on what you want to do. I really want the player to have this kind of experience, right, with the progression. So I feel like if I give them an opportunity to farm, they might get a massive power spike, for instance, but then they might struggle because all of their characters are very tired or whatever the case might be, right? And even if this is the difficulty for the levels, you could maybe say that, ooh, this is an easy level. I'll do 60 seconds in this level, and then I'll only do 30 seconds in this level because this is a tough level, and I don't want to lose. Stuff like that. And then eventually at level 10, you face the boss, and depending on how you spend your time, you might have enough strength to beat the boss, or you don't. Because you didn't farm enough during the waves leading up to the boss. Something like that. And what's cool about this is I can now, if I make the game one day... yeah, if you didn't, you just die and you start again, right? It's supposed to be like a 30-minute to an hour experience. And what I'm kind of thinking is, let's say I want to make challenge modes in the game, right? So I might want to make a weekly challenge or something, and everybody can try it. And the challenge might be something like all levels are 30 seconds long. So you get very short levels, very few opportunities to actually get resources. And then there's a global leaderboard, right? And you can see how well you did based on that limitation. Or then I might have another limitation, like, okay, cool, we can play the game, but everybody gets the same team. Or you can play the game, but all levels are 60 seconds. No changing it. And stuff like that. I kind of like having dials to turn, you know? But what I'm currently thinking is, we also want you to maybe start with one character. So, and narratively, there's a reason for this. So I kind of want to make it so that you, in the story, right, the heart seed was spawned and it called to a hero. What's a squonk? Is this another Pokemon? It's a mythical creature, American folklore. Wow, that thing's ugly. Anyway. Okay, but you start with one character, right? And the idea is that character was called by the Heartseed. The Heartseed isn't mature, so your job as the character is to fight the lizards, collect these space-time crystal things. You think it's rude. And then you can use that to empower the Heartseed and let it mature. And as it matures, obviously, you can get a couple of things, right? You can get more rooms. But I think you also gain the ability to summon characters. So eventually, you start with one character and you build up to your 4-character team. Can you play as me? What do you mean? I am in the game. I'm the chicken. So this is kind of the idea. So you can build up your team. And so there's this... you have to decide what you want to do early game and how you want to build your team. It's like you can spend your resources on either making more rooms, expanding the Heartseed physically, or you can spend your resources to summon more characters to help you in the fight. Right, but obviously there's a hard limit to how many you can summon, which is 4, and the limit for this is currently 16. So there's a lot more rooms that you can get than characters. And obviously, as you unlock characters, you get access to their passive abilities and things like that, which obviously is a massive power spike in the game. And I kind of like that idea. I think that's good. And obviously, and maybe what I could do is I could give you like 1,000 coins at the start of the game, right? And this could be enough to buy, let's say, 1 room plus 3 characters. Whatever. Something like that. I don't know what that says. Or you could just buy 5 rooms. Now, 5 rooms seems a little bit stupid, but, you know, maybe I'll have to think about the balance. So it's up to you. You can choose. Do you want a 4-character team, or do you just want more rooms? Or do you want less rooms, but operate them at 4x speed? I don't think I'm gonna make that upgrade, Eternal Lord. That doesn't sound like an upgrade I'd make. Yeah, so let's see if I can get this working. If I can make it possible for you to unlock your team as we go. Now, this is probably going to be a lot of changes now that I think about it. Ooh, yeah, this is going to be a lot of changes. Okay, this is not a simple thing. This is not a simple thing. Okay, let's think about this. Okay, so first of all, we might need somewhere to do that. I think the portal could be the place that you do that, right? So the portal might be the place that actually gets you to the level, but you can also click on the portal and it'll give you a preview and you can summon more characters. No, I'm not upgrading to 6.2 again, ever. No, thank you. I've learned my lesson. No. No, please. It was horrible. Okay. So if we think about where this code would need to be. Okay, so let's say, first of all, okay, let's stop this. And let's call this party expansion mechanic. Okay, so let's work on this. It's part of the Chicken Night game dev project. It is assigned to me, and it's a task with probably a few time entries. Yeah. So let's start that one instead. Yeah, okay, good. So let's think about this. So first of all, I think our player currently keeps track of the party. Right, so the player manager somewhere in here, yeah, it's got a party, a bunch of stuff for the party. So first of all, we have character IDs, which obviously IDs the characters. So that means you could just have multiple of the same type of character. You can select characters, that's all good. Okay, this is where we create the characters. So we get our party member game objects. Okay, so this is a list that we create, and we go to our party member SO, get the list dot count. Okay, so maybe this could work still, because our count will just be 1, right? We just have one character that you can select, so this might still work. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Actually, let's see if I've built 70,000 channel points. I don't know what to do with channel points. How do they even work? What is a channel point? I'm not a professional streamer. I'm just some guy with a stream. I actually want to see what happens if I do this. So if I go to my scriptable object where I have my party members, right? Let's see. Scriptable objects, party member SO. So we have this party member list. If I just get rid of 3 of them, oh, you can redeem the channel points and do stuff with it. Oh, I think I've seen people use these before. They do stuff like votes for stuff or whatever. Like I can start a vote and then you spend channel points, or you can gamble with channel points, I think, as well. I think that's, yeah. You want to tell me a bad joke about Ethiopians? I mean, okay, you can tell a bad joke about Ethiopians. I'm not the joke police. Let's see what happens if I just play it with one character in my list. Might just break. That's essentially what we want to do at the start. Let's see. Have I ever had Ethiopian food? I don't think so, no. This guy. Did I fall for it? Oops. Okay, let's see. What's this? Oh, okay. This is the character select buttons. Okay. Okay, so this is now where things go bad because I need to do this the same I do this. I need to get a count instead. Not just a hard fall. Well, we could just do dev tools instance.party member SO list, yeah. Okay, so there's our first thing that broke. What's red and invisible? I don't know, tell me. Eternal Lord he went right there. You didn't even hesitate. Shame. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, so it seems like a bunch of my buttons are failing. Okay, we're just gonna do this then. Gonna change this thing. And we'll just do this. These are not even really important stuff. This is my dev tools that's breaking. Yep, this one's also now breaking. So we'll just do I think it's breaking, right? Yeah, it would absolutely break. It would have broken. Wait. What's red and invisible? No tomatoes. Eternal Lord is gonna get what do you call a white girl with chlamydia? What? I don't even know what that is. I don't know all your. I think it's a. Oh, it's an STD. Okay. Very nice, Eternal Lord. You are super tasteful. Such a tasteful person. Wow. Okay. Hopefully this is gonna stop breaking soon. It's just my dev tools now. Maybe I can just forget it. Okay, we didn't get an error. That's good. And we only have one character. Okay. So I would have to hide these ones, right? Okay, key not found. Character 2 was not present in dictionary. Yes. Okay, now this broke here. Okay. So let's see. Where did I do that one? Ooh, okay. Okay, so I shouldn't do this loop like that in this case. So this loop, I should basically go through not the character IDs, but the characters themselves and just get the character ID. Right, because I think the character data does contain the ID, if I'm not mistaken. Do I give them an ID? They obviously have a type. Yes, I do give them an ID. Okay. So that means, let's copy this. Whoopsie. Before we break it, right? So that means what we can do here, instead of going through the enums, we can just go through our player manager. Okay, we want character IDs. No, we don't want to do it this way. No. So we want to do something like this. For each game object character in player manager.instance.get character character. What does this return? Just a, okay, no, that's party. Ah, okay, this one. What are you guys doing? This. Trojan ads. Guys. Okay. We then want player manager dot character ID equals to character dot get components called character data, and just grab the ID from there. So this is better, right? Yeah, so we get the character ID. Yep. Then we essentially want to do the same thing here. Like that. Because I can already see this is going to break in a couple of ways because I kept doing the enum thing. But I shouldn't have. I should just use the player character ID. Yeah. Yep, I kept doing that. That's flippin' annoying. Okay. You know what? This is better. I'm just gonna do that. Okay. Let's just find character ID. Okay, that's fine. Okay, here we go. Get party member game objects. That's good. So essentially what we want to make sure we don't have is this enum.getValues thing, right? Just want to make sure I got them all. Okay, seems like I did. Okay, it's just those ones. Eternal Lord wants to start a fight. Godot is better than Unity. Ugh. In what way? It's definitely smaller. Do you believe smaller is better? Eternal Lord, is that what you're saying? Okay. Let's stop that. Okay, let's see. There's another one. This is also our more character stats. So I think I fixed all the more character stat stuff with the keys. Let's see if this is better. If this works, then it's actually not going to be that hard to just add more characters. Be kind of nice. Okay, so nothing went wrong here. Next level. There we go. We got our chicken. And we can play with the chicken. We can start the level. Ah, okay. Here we got the player. Ah, okay. Night passive. I just went 4 here. I should have gone. Party member get up. Yeah, I should get the count instead. Not count. Right, that returns the amount of things in the list. Okay, so that should work. I think I do this again with my ranger. Yeah, since our party can now change in size, we don't want to do that. Same here. Good. Let's try it again. Hey, cheers, Eternal Lord. Enjoy your food. Catch you next time. Okay. I really want this to work easily. Be very nice. I did a lot of magic numbers throughout the code, which is obviously problematic. Magic numbers be bad. Okay, there we go, that's our party. Let's see if we can actually start the level. Yeah, the level's not going to cost us anything because we don't have any. We also can't really change that. Okay. Telling me that was it. Okay, so I'm gonna try something. Oh no, it's not gonna work, never mind. Okay, so that worked nicely. Now, oh, you're back already. Wow, that was quick. Hey, you got food like that. You just went to the fridge. Okay, so this is now the next part. So when we create the characters, we obviously grab the, well, we make the party member game objects list and we add the characters, right? For each character in the character SO. And that's okay if, if we start with a bunch of characters. But I kind of want to make another thing called private void add characters. Right, and then we can see how that would work. So we probably need to do a lot of the same things. So the first thing we probably need is a character scriptable object, right? Because that gives us all the data we need. Okay, so let's see. Can I just do all of this stuff? Like so. So let's see if that works. Okay. Character okay. You're gonna have to think about the character ID. So the character ID cannot just be, so what we might need is something like party member game objects dot count. Okay, so let's think about this. The character ID would be 0 for the first one. So the count would be 1 in this case, which means it would make the character ID of 1, which is the next character. Chunks of fried chicken into watermelon. I have not. I'll be honest. I don't think I want to either. Okay, so let's say we give it a character SO and a string character name, right? Perhaps something like that. So we give it a character name and a character SO. Party member names. Yeah, I kinda don't know what to do there. We might make this. Let's just do character name. Okay. We might make it so that you can actually put in a name, or the name is given from a list of some sorts. Right? I don't know. Cheers, little Lord. Enjoy. Okay, so let's see. On character data change. So okay, we do that. We do that. Game object set active true. Okay, I guess. I don't know if that's a good idea, but okay, let's say it is. Let's suppose it is. Okay, then we do capsule collider dot enabled false. Apparently, party member game objects add, so we add him to the list. Character portrait manager set portrait. Okay. Let's suppose this works, right? Okay. So now we kind of just need a way to test if this is gonna be fine. Okay, but it does all the same things this thing does, essentially. This creates... this doesn't actually create characters. This, like, creates... whatever. Let's just leave it like that. Okay. I think this is going to be okay. Okay, so we'll need a button or something to press so that we can make this happen. I think we're just going to be in here. Where do we put this button? I'm just going to stick a button in there, I think. Oh, jeez. Oh yeah, I could just make this visual element the button. Okay. Heart, seed, portal. Right, if you click on the portal, something happens, right? Yeah, why not? Okay, let's do that as a test. Okay, so right here, we'll have a private visual elements artsy portal, and then we can just do something like Heartseed portal equals main container dot queue. We need a visual elements, not a game. What? How does that even work? Okay, something like that. We get it. And then we can just register callback. I already don't like this at all. Now, you know what? I'm gonna make a separate script for this because I already see that this is gonna be bad. And instead of just forcing it in there, let me make a separate script. Okay, so we'll go to our assets, scripts, UI scripts, create. Okay, we'll make this the add character to party UI. Okay, and this thing can evolve to be many things in the future. Okay, but for now, kind of started off. Let's close some of this stuff. Yeah, we're gonna start it off something like this, where we just need our level prep stuff, and then we need a initialize, add character to party, public void init, initialize, add character to party. Okay, something like that. So we can save that. But it's just going to be the same thing. Let's do UI. Okay. Okay, so what we need is a button. Essentially, it's going to be this thing, right, that I stuck in here. Let's just grab that thing. Up. What have I done? Okay. So when we initialize this, we do level prep dot main container dot queue. You need a visual element with the same name, of course. Okay, something like that. Okay, and then we just need a private void heart. Let's do Heartseed portal clicked. Right, and to run this we need an event pointer down event EVT. Something like that, and we're gonna need Heartseed portal dot register callback. We need a pointer down event, right? And we want a Heartseed portal. Nope. Heartseed portal clicked, right? That's the one we want. Okay, there we go. We register the callback for clicking on this thing, and then when we click this thing, currently we can do it in a very bad way, just to test it quickly, right? So here's my idea. So for now, let's just do a what do we want to do? Maybe we just stick in the... Yeah, let's do this. So let's do serialized field, private, party members SO. Okay. Party members SO. Right, so if I remember correctly, this thing would have the party member list, their names, their character SOs, right? Oh, this is just a character SOs, right? Yeah. And this is a character type. Okay, good. Okay, so we get that. And then what we want to do here is player manager dot instance dot add party. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, this should be public. Add characters, right? Okay, so dot add characters, right? That is the one, right? Yeah, add characters. So we need a character SO and a character name. So what we can do here is we can just do party members SO, not like that. Character SOs, because we need a character SO. And we could just give it one, right? Just give it the first one. And then we give it a name, which is just a string, the new one. Right, something super basic like that. So we just add a new character. Now, the difficult part here is once that happens, once we add a character, we also need to update a bunch of our UI and things like that, because obviously there's a lot of information that's going to be lost now. Okay, I'll think about it. I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back, and then we can try getting this to work. Okay, OBS, why do you keep doing that? Stay on that screen, please. Do that, and this, and give me 2 minutes. I'm back. Okay, let's see. Okay. What are we busy with? Okay, so we add a character, give it a name, and all that good stuff. I don't know if this is going to work necessarily. I just need to make sure, is this portal even something we can click on? Not really, no. That is also a potential problem. Maybe we should make it Art Seed Room Slot 0 instead. If you click on that slot, specifically something happens. Could that be a good idea? I don't know. Let's see if that even works. Okay, so we're going to register the callback there, and if we click on that, oh no, that's actually also not going to work. Okay, so let's think about this a little bit. Okay, in our level prep, we're obviously going to need a public add character to party UI. Right, and okay, this is not a thing anymore. So what if we did? Yeah, this is not going to work very well. So if we click a slot, right, we can check which slot it is. If it's not the default slot or the next level slot, we do all this stuff. If it's the slot level is greater than, we do that. Let's just do this. So let's say if we did click this thing, right, so the next level slot, so let's do that. Or let's say if we click the next level slot and our character is null, yeah, maybe we do something then. So what just happened? Okay. So you click on, you don't have a character selected. You click and the slot is the next level slot. So what we do then is we do add, and then we do dot public. So what if we just did this instead? So we don't have an event or anything for now. Yeah, and actually we don't even need any of this stuff. We just need Heartseed portal clicked. Okay, obviously we'll build upon this, so this is going to be more. There's going to be more stuff that needs to happen. So if we click on that thing without a character selected, we open the portal. Or in this case, we're just going to summon a character. Maybe in the future we can actually preview the portal and then work with the portal. But for now, this is essentially all we do. Okay, and the other portal stuff we can put in here later. Okay. So let's do that. So if you click there without a character, you're going to get a character. Okay, that's fine. Now, the problem is adding a character does not mean any of our other things get updated at that moment, right? So our other things would be stuff like our let's see, more character stats is the one I can think about now. So let's look at our level prep Heartseed, right? Yeah, so you click. Now more character stats needs to be updated, right? So this thing, let's see, create more character stats, right? So all this stuff at the start, where we go through the instance, party members, and we create all our things. Essentially, we kind of need to do again. In some way, because if you think about it, we now have an extra character, but the extra character wasn't added to the list of stuff and all that good stuff, you know. Yeah, so we need to think about that. So can we just run this again? I guess we could. Yeah, I guess we could. So what if we had the private void start? Right, we had that one, and we renamed this all character. More character stats start. Right, and then in the real start, we just call the more character stats start, right? Just do that. And we make it public. And then we can call that again if we wanted to. Okay. Okay, that should work. So it should still update the way it should. But then we can also call this anytime we need, because we've you know, we've added a character. So when we do this, maybe what we can do is, you know, what if we did this? What if we just got a list, not a list view, a private list of more character stats UI, right? Okay, we'll just do something like that. And when you do this, after you add the player, then we go for each more character stats UI. So we just go through all of them, and we grab more character stats UI dot start, and we just start them again. This is only when you click the portal, when you add a character, right? So we can rename this and just call it add character to party. Okay, that should work, and it should update all my more character stats. I think that's the main thing we need to be concerned with initially. Okay, so we want to call this in our level prep UI, so right here, right? Add character to party UI, add character to party. Okay, we're gonna try that. Now, the next thing Okay, then we run this every single time. So now we just need to plug things in. And I hope it doesn't destroy anything. So it refreshes, we get a new dictionary, we get new values. We get a new reference to characters as well. Because we grab them from our party member game object list, but the list is now expanded. So the first character is going to be the same. Okay, that's good. So let's see. Let's ask hot reload to recompile. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we need to drag in now. Okay, I don't think we have any proper issues. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, don't need any of these. So we need to add the add character to party UI over here. Okay, we drag it in there. We drag this one in there. Party member SOs. I think there's only one. Yep. And then our more character stats. So we need this one. I think the other one, we grab it from our party overview. Right, those are the two instances that I can think of that would need updating. Anything else that'll need updating? I guess these would need to be updated, right? So our default slots. Okay, so let's go to our level prep hard seed and let's just see where our initialize character list. I guess that's just the one, right? New list of characters. We just need to be careful here they don't break anything. But yeah, we essentially want to add a new character. So what we can do is we could do private. Well, let's make this one public, right? Public void add character to list. Okay, add a character to the list, and we need a game object. Character object, right? We need that. So we create a new character. So let's do this. So we add the character like that. Yeah, no, let's give it a game object. That should be okay. To create a new character. Okay, so now we just need to think about our slots. So the default slots I+1. So what we can do is we can take our character list dot count. Right. Yeah. You just do that. Okay, anything else we need to do? I mean, everything else seems okay. Right? Maybe that just works. So when do we add a character to a list? Well, I guess add character to party Yeah, I guess this would be a good place. So level prep dot add character to list. So it needs a game object. So we do party members so dot okay. So maybe we need add characters to return the game object that it has created as well. Yeah, so what if we did that? What if we did game objects, do all of this stuff, and then we return the character, right? So we return a reference for the character. Okay, so game object character. Okay, so we do that. And then this thing just needs the character game object to create everything it needs to do. Okay, so that will now do the character there. So now I think we've got the characters created in the player and in the UI and in the more character stats. Everything should be sorted. I hope. Let's try it. I don't think I plugged anything new in. No, I was just coding stuff. Okay, cool. Let's play. I hope I saved my code. Didn't see any stars. Yeah, everything should have been saved. Okay, cool. So this works. Great. Now if we have a character and we click there, nothing happens. So we just start the game. All's good. Right, we can fight. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I want to click on this portal without clicking on a character. So I have nothing selected. And I added a new chicken. And it's called the new character. Okay, let's do that again. I added another chicken. Fantastic, and I can click and play with one of them. This is a new chicken. It's different from the other chickens. So if I stop quickly and let's say I look at my player. Yeah, there we go. We have 3 chickens. So we're obviously just adding chickens right now because I just want to see if all my UI works. Okay, there's a little bit of a bug. They seem to have added the UI over and over. Yeah. Okay, so they added the UI once, and then when I updated this, it added it once, twice, 1, 2, 3. So this one has 3 versions of the character stats. This one has 2. And then this one has 1. Did it do it over here? I don't think so. Yeah, no, it didn't do it over here. And I can add another one. Yeah, so that previous screen is gonna have now even more. Okay. Well, that's not so bad. Let's just go figure out why. Why would it behave differently? That's very strange. Because it's the same more character stats, right? Unless I'm missing something. And let's look at the party overview and let's see how it handles more character stats. More character stats show... Yeah, no, this just shows stuff. It doesn't create anything. Interesting. But I mean, that's pretty close, right? That's pretty close. Like I'm almost there. The functionality works. It's just the buttons are weird, and my character stats get broken. And you know what? It's only part of the character stats that breaks, eh? It's wicked. Yes, it's super wicked. Let's go look at the character stats, right? So if we look at this in the UI builder, it's got inside of here it's supposed to have a little thing there. Maybe I created in code. Okay, these are just custom progress bar. Create more character stats UI. Okay, this is probably where it happens. If I give it a character. What is a character in this situation? Okay. I see. I think it's this stat label holder. What? What is a stat label holder? I can't remember. Okay, so let's go look at our more character stats quickly and see how exactly this is working. Okay, so this thing is not the right size, but anyway. Yeah, so we got this more character stats over here. Stat label holder. Oh, okay. And I think, yeah, more character stats, stat label holder. So this is a custom element. I assume. Oh, okay. I have this thing called more character stats, and then I grab the stat label holder. Okay. Yeah, okay. So right here, it seems like I do two different types of things. So when I create the more character stats UI, I obviously just create a new label holder, and I think that's one of the reasons I have multiple of them, right? Because I keep creating a new one and just put it on top. Or I just add it to the bottom, right? But over here, I also get the stat label holder. How the hell did I do that? That doesn't make any sense. Because the stat label holder is not necessarily a thing. That's weird. Okay, but definitely when I create more character stats, I do this multiple times. Set label holder is equal to null. Then we create a new one. I don't actually know if that's a thing that I could do. That could change, right? So if it's just nothing, don't worry about it. Just continue. I'm just concerned with this over here. Stat label holder. Why do I? Why do I grab it? Because after I grab it, let's take this out. So let's say I don't initialize it there. Yeah, let's say I don't try and grab it from the root because I don't think it's there. I don't think it actually exists. It's just weird that it doesn't just fail. Maybe it gets one because there's still the default one is still there or something. I actually don't know. I guess these things just fail silently. They're like, I tried, it didn't work. I also didn't let you know that it didn't work. I just let it not work. Okay, let's try this. I don't know if this is fine. It might be okay. But yeah, we don't necessarily want to create another one. It's weird because this didn't have a problem on the other side. Ah, that's so funny. I wonder why. Because it's the same code for both sides. Has it got something to do with this? Okay, let's save and test. Also, yeah, no, let's just save and test. We can add chickens, it's fine. Okay, so this just works. We can play the game normally. Let's go play the game normally. Okay, goody. Okay, so he's obviously gotten some level ups and stuff, and that's good. So let's just click on the portal without anybody selected. Boom. And it worked. Okay, let's play with the blue chicken. Start. And we'll see if our level prep things did anything funny. I think I see what it did. It looks like it is showing this character's level up over here as well. That's what it does. So this character's labels and stuff are added here, and that's why we see both. Because this one didn't actually go up a level, so this shouldn't have happened, but it's the copy paste. Okay. Oh, and it is doing it here as well. Okay. This one just doesn't scroll, so I didn't notice. Okay, so it is creating it still twice. Okay. Okay, that's good. At least I can see that now. Okay, so how would that have happened? So we might have to make a separate type of thing for that. But let's just delete this stuff. This is so much clutter. Okay, so let's go through this. So when we run this the first time, it just works, obviously. When we run it a second time, right? What is happening here? So it's just getting all the stuff in the root elements and all that good things. It's creating a new dictionary. A dictionary that will now have all the other elements. I don't know if that's really required, right? Because, I mean, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, then it goes through the party member game objects, and obviously there's now a new one, so it does this twice. Okay, it gets the character ID, that's good, and it creates a more character stats, which is this thing. And in the more character stats, we have a stat label holder. Okay. It sets it then oh, we just get a reference because we want to use it throughout here. So let's see. So dot parent. Oh, we just get the parent. Okay, that's fine. Character name, room holder, health, stamina bar. So all those things work fine. Spell juice, that's fine. Portrait, what's this? Flag, level, shield. Yeah, these things are not duplicated, so that's all okay. So it does this and it does this twice. Now here is potentially where the problem comes. Right, so when we create the UI, let's see what we need. We need our character data, stat manager, inventory, character stats, that's fine. We set up all those things, that's not a problem. It also doesn't duplicate that. What it duplicates. Okay, yeah, and because these things exist, this thing we create. Okay, now what bothers me is that where does it get the more character stats from? It uses the character ID. Okay, so do our characters have the same ID? That's a good question. Maybe the ID that gets assigned is incorrect. And then they do this right the first time, and then the second time they don't quite get there. So we grab the character with the ID. This is just updating stuff and setting the text. And then here we create our stat label holder. What if we didn't do this? What if we created our stat label holder over here, right? So we just make a new one. once over there. And then over here, we just have to initialize it, right? And I think initializing the stat label holder is just basically adding all the stats and updating the stat values and stuff like that, right? So that could be a way to fix this. And then I also want to check if our character ID is correct. So if we go to our player manager, add character. Right, somewhere here, we add our character ID. Yeah, like character IDs go from 0, 1, 2, etc., right? Yeah, like that's entry 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I just took, I'm gonna add the character. So normally I just take this, obviously. Okay, but right here, the party member list.count, before I add the additional party member, that should give us an ID of 1, then 2, then 3, right? So this should work for the character. So I don't think the ID is actually incorrect. I think the characters have the correct ID. Okay, let's try again and see what happens. I think it might have been that whole when we create. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, so this just works still. Next. You know what? Let's create another character. So now we've got 2. No, it did it again. So you can see there already. Right here, it added another set. Okay, let's go look at our character IDs. So if we look at this guy, character data, ID is 1, your ID is 2. Yeah, okay. So they are distinct. So that's not the problem. It's something to do with the loop. We keep adding more things here. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we should then in our more character stats UI, yeah, we should maybe have another one of these essentially. So this is at the start. So what if we had a public void create more character stats, right? We do something like this, and we essentially try, okay, we get the root and all that good stuff. We do basically all of this, right? So everything in here we do instead. So instead of calling start, we call this. Okay, so we're gonna need a few things. I think we're just gonna need a game object, call it character. Right, that'll sort out a lot of our problems here. Yeah, so we just get a game object that's called character, and then most of this stuff would work. Importantly, over here we have an issue. Okay, so let's just make sure. So we need a character number essentially to get the correct stats. I think we could just work with this list, right? Right? What if we just did that? We just got the amount. So if the count is 0, that means we haven't added. Okay, wait. If the count is 1, 2, okay. So the count. More character stats. How did I label these? Now, if I label them from 0 up to 1, it's a problem. If I label them from 1, that's not a problem. I probably labeled them in 2 different ways, let's be honest. Party overview. No, you don't have to save anything there. Okay, so this is a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. Okay, cool. So that helps. Yeah, so we can just get the count. So if the count is 1, that means we have 1 character, and we're editing that character, the first one. Okay, we could keep doing that. Let's do int I equals the count. Right, we get the count once, and then we just use I everywhere. Right, that works. Yeah. So we just need to make sure that we create the game object before we start doing this, and it's added to the list. But I think we will. Okay, and then all of these would just work, and we'd create the character. Okay, so now we're not doing the loop, so we can't go back to original or previous characters necessarily. And what's kind of cool here is we could just delete all of this and just call this function now. What did I call this thing? Create more character stats. And they want the game object. Okay, so then we just call this one on start, and then we call this one when we want to create one, and the starting one and this one would do this in whatever way it needs. I think that's gonna work. Okay. Let's hope it does. Ah, all the T's gone. Okay, so it still works the first time around at least. So let's add a character. Boom. Ah, look at that. There's no extra stuff there. Flippin' great. Okay, we add another one. We add another one. That seems I did it. Let's play with that one, and let's make sure none of them, only the one that we are playing gets levels. So we're playing with number 4, I think. Yeah. Hey, there's a guy. Ah, that New Zealand internet, eh? It's tough. I actually don't know if you guys have good internet or not. If it's like a thing. I know it's kind of interesting sometimes. Hey, look at that! It all works, only that character got levels. I've done it. Yeah, it's kind of funny sometimes with the internet thing. Because South Africa has pretty good internet in comparison to some countries. Like I know, like in Germany the internet's quite bad as far as I'm aware. Like, their places don't have fiber internet and stuff like that yet because of regulations. Like, they are so strict with allowing people to install fiber in buildings and whatever that people just still don't have fiber. I don't know if New Zealand is like that, or if you guys are easier to work with. But I've done it, so we can now add characters and play with characters as much as we want. Now, obviously, I still need to make it so that you actually choose the character you want to add, and it needs to cost something. But just the fact that we can add a character, to me, sounds like a win right now. There we go. Very good, very good. Yeah, now only this guy over here got some stuff and the others are still chilling. Very good. And we can, I think we can use observation rooms as much as we like. There's no problems. Let's do that. Let's get all my chickens in the observation rooms and let's give them all a 4x multiplier. Right, now you can kind of see how cool this is. It's like total level cost. So I'm going to need 360 crystals, space-time coins, to keep going here for 30 seconds. If I go for 40 seconds, it's more. 50 seconds, it's more. Right? Or if I want to do a time skip, it's going to cost me this much. So you can actually now even see the differences in cost for a time skip versus just playing the level. And the idea is now you can make an interesting choice about, do I just want to go and fight, or do I want to spend some time preparing to fight using my ability to skip time? I think that's kind of cool. Now we got a big chicken. Nice! And at 4x speed, we basically got a permanent big chicken. Very good, very good. I'm not afraid of the frogs at all. Aw, damn. Very good. Got a wisdom and a passive strength. Oh, I haven't had that one in a while. Let's go for it. Let's see how strong our chickens can get. Yeah, we're running at a deficit here. Let's make, okay, this one we'll do 4x. These ones, let's just do them at 1x. Yeah. Although it averages out, so it's going to do 4 plus 1 plus 1 is 6 divided by 3, so it's going to average as a 2x, basically. But it's okay. I don't feel very big currently. I am quite big. I don't know. Let's look at my character scale and let's see if it is working the way it should. Okay, 1.7. 2.4, okay, that's quite big. I'm a big chicken. I'm a big chicken. Nice. Gives us speed and dodge chance, sacrifices our armor. It's unfortunate, but it's fine. Let's put you over there, let's put you over there, let's put you over there. Actually, what happens if I click this portal again? Ah, it did try and add another character. Okay, so we just need to be careful about that. Yeah, it tried adding another character, but it's impossible. Well, actually, yeah, okay, I'm not exactly sure what just happened. But obviously we want to limit you to 4 characters. Okay. Well, that's good at least. So let's just do the limits. So add character here. So what we can do is if player manager dot instance dot get party member game objects dot count is greater than 3. So if you have 4 characters, essentially just return. Just get out. There we go. So that should help with that part. Okay. I am gonna head out. It's 9:30. Got some other stuff I need to do today. Unfortunately, I don't know. I work on a lot of weekends. It's kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie, but I need to do it. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably. Hey, cheers. Oh wait, I could raid somebody. Let me do that instead. We just grab a raid person here. Who are raid persons? People I'm following. People that's raided me. Oh wait, following. Oh, we can go say hi to your grandma. Why not? Why are you on this screen? My OBS, it keeps going to that screen. I don't know what's happening here. Okay, let's do this. There we go. Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow.